Spruce up your home and save up to $1,000 on select Shaw flooring now through November 15th. Whatever it is you're looking for, Shaw Floors has it. Hurry into Aberdeen Carpet today, located on Highway 5 in Aberdeen, near Habitat for Humanity. Open 9 to 4 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Visit us online at aberdeencarpet.com or call 910-944-6204 to schedule your free estimate.
Hurricane season has arrived, and it's predicted to be active. And with the storm,
it's no time to die.
Thank you.
No time left to die. No time left to die.
That's all.
There's a Gatorade shortage and prices are...
Another active season this year with the potential of causing power outages for days. The professionals at Carolina Power and Generators are here to help you prepare and protect your home before the peak of the season. Call us today to schedule your free in-home assessment or ask us about our affordable maintenance plans. Carolina Power and Generators, 910-241-4677, or visit us online at generacnc.com.
This is Dave. He tells jokes for a living. Driving down these country roads is a lot like a meditation. He's deep in thought, back in the trance. 5 specials in his...
Located in the heart of Moore County and only minutes from anywhere. So please come see us here in beautiful
After trying visits to the doctor, painkillers, and spinal injections with no relief, I went to see Dr. Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. After the first visit, I noticed a lot of improvement, and I've continued to improve with each treatment. Thanks to Dr. Wright, I'm feeling much better than I have in a very long time. I was skeptical about chiropractic treatment at first, but it has truly given me my life back.
This is Dr. Wright.
The video surveillance captured by the victims did assist. This is something that's very disturbing, and so detective...
Particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself?
Taking care of business. Woo! Taking care of business.
Living again. 673-2225.
The Seven Lakes Wall of Honor will be unveiled on Saturday, November 13th. The black granite Wall of Honor will be etched with 250 military honorees. The dedication ceremony begins at 2 p.m. at the Seven Lakes Cemetery, located on McDougal Drive in Seven Lakes. The ceremony begins with an invocation, then is followed by a reading of the veterans' names inscribed on the Wall of Honor, and will conclude with a patriotic concert. This event will be free for our entire community. For more information...
My wife's real sick, and my son's mentally ill. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I bought a television today because I wanted to make my wife happy, you know.
Your desk and your back. An upgrade. Turn any old workstation into a sit and stand workstation with an Alera raised desktop from Sandhills Office Supply. With easy access levers for simple adjustments, this space-saving design is affordable too. Experience the benefits of an Alera lifting workstation with a demo at Sandhills Office Supply on US 1 in Southern Pines next to Smithfield's Barbecue.
Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center and enjoy your famous wood fire pizzas and the Brick's Wood Fire wings in several flavors. New menu items and fresh food is made daily. A fun place for family and friends. Dine in or sit on the outdoor patio. So jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza, Coles and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Southern Pines. Brick's Wood Fire Pizza is open every day at 11 a.m.
Pride Plumbing is proud to serve North County with superior workmanship and dependable plumbing service, including 24/7 emergency service. Like the name says, we take pride in our work and your safety. Our employees must pass background and drug tests and share Pride Plumbing's reputation for quality service. From simple leaky faucets to new water heaters and sewer lines, backflow testing and installation, drain cleaning, plumbing repairs, and, if necessary, replacement and remodeling. A family business with over 50 years of prideful service. Go online to callprideplumbing.com and check out our 5-star customer reviews. We offer a 10% discount to all veterans and active military. Call Pride Plumbing of Moore County.
A lot of times people talk about that sell me this pen scene. It just made it that it was electric and you never knew what was going to happen next.
Sell me that pen. Can I finish eating first? I need it tonight. Brad, show him how it's done. Boom. Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on. That's my boy right there.
This pen. Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you name down that napkin for me?
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I don't think this is going to be very popular today. I want to talk about extinct animals and tell you that for the most part, I don't care. In fact, and I know this is not going to go over very well, I'm glad some of them are extinct. I can't help it. Am I supposed to act like I'm happy that there are no longer dinosaurs walking around? A T-Rex that could crash through my house and eat me? You don't have to believe me. If they could do just that, just watch Jurassic Park, and if that's not proof, I don't know what is. And what about all these worms and things that are extinct? The fake environmentalists are stopping progress because some snail or some worm or some flea lives on the land where someone wants to build. You can't tell me that you or anyone else cares about a flea, and that's where these people lose their credibility. See, I always put humans first. People. I have dogs. I love them so much it surprises me sometimes. So please don't accuse me of not caring about animals or nature. I have to admit there is one species I would love to see become extinct, and that's and I'm going to use the scientific name, the PNGB, better known as the pencil neck geek bureaucrat. Don't you agree the world would be so much better if we could convert this species? But alas, and I never say alas, I don't think we ever will. But I tell you this, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend from the Zumwalt Zone.
Good morning, everyone. We made it to a Friday and the cloud cover staying with us again this morning. Some patchy mist is also possible for your commute. Otherwise, a drier start to your day. Rain, though, is on the way. We'll see scattered showers and a few thunderstorms this afternoon and especially this evening. Highs today staying in the 70s. More rain is likely off and on overnight tonight. Showers still likely on Saturday and Saturday night. Drier on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Zach Moloch in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Welcome back to the show that we're doing right now.
What's today?
What's today?
It's October 8th.
I made something very special for us this weekend.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
It's Friday. Time for Fluffer Nutter.
I need my Fluffer Nutter.
It's delicious, y'all.
Yes, it is actually.
Happy Fluffer Nutter Friday.
Okay, it's showtime.
Got press in pocket. Got bottle. I'm gonna use it. Intention. I'm feeling mental. Gonna make you notice. Got motion. Restrained emotion. Been diving. Deeper leaning. No reason. Seems so crazy. Gonna make you notice. Gonna use my arms. Gonna use my legs. Gonna use my style. Gonna use my side step. Gonna use my fingers. Gonna use my imagination. 'Cause I gonna make you see. There's nobody else here, no one like me. I'm special, so special. I gotta have some of your attention. Give it to me. Got rhythm, got me Sabine's, got new skank. Sorry, got something. When can I tell? Gonna
97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams along with Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Time once again for the fresh air of truth and freedom here at WEEB. Something unavailable to you through, through that other thing that lays out in your driveway a couple of days a week. And, little rainy out there this morning, maybe a little wet, but still outside is better than inside, wearing a mask, just doesn't do you any good. What can you say? Hey, if you got your vaccination, you don't need to wear a mask, right? If you got your vaccination, you don't need to worry about anybody else because you won't get the COVID. So, go about your business if you had your vaccination and worry about yourself and, just go do your thing. For the rest of you that don't want to wear a mask or don't want to get vaccinated, you're taking your chances. So live with it.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream, which is up and running right now at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you fire up YouTube, you can also get it that way by putting Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. Now, if you just want an audio by itself, you can get that too. On a streaming app, just fire it up and put WEEB in the search or come to our website, upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages, has an icon that says on the air, listen live. Click that once, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Well, the long-range forecast says we're going to get wet today, especially starting about 4 this afternoon. Mostly cloudy today, numerous showers, scattered thunderstorms, 60% chance you'll need your umbrella. Look for a high of 75. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, more showers and thunderstorms, a low around 66. Saturday, half our weekend is going to be wet, mostly cloudy, showers likely, high of 72. But Sunday, no mention of rain, partly cloudy and 77. Monday, partly cloudy, 80. 82 Tuesday, no rain. Wednesday, no rain, 84. And Thursday, no rain, and 85. And next Thursday is when the North Carolina State Fair opens up. The following Wednesday after that's when we turn cool and stay cool by the Farmer's Almanac. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are northeast at 2, gusting to 4. Pressure is 2989, dew point 66, humidity 95%. It's foggy and 68 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Well, the poll numbers for the president have dropped like a rock. We all saw it coming except him. He has little support out there. They did pass that let's say facetiously, that budgetary cap, until what, December 1st? You have anything on that, Colonel?
No, I mean, you had your typical Rhino Brigade voted for it. So, Collins and Foon and a few others, but it goes through 1 December. Another couple of months of digging the hole.
All right, well, let's dive into our sound bites this morning. First up in the queue is going to be the best of the late night overnight boys, as we call them, the Unique Boys from the overnight.
I saw that Twitter is testing out some new prompts that will warn you before you jump into a potential fight or argument. Yeah. To avoid fighting, you just click the prompt that says, log off forever. Yeah, that's right. Twitter prompts you with warnings like, that might be offensive, while Facebook prompts you with warnings like, that might not be offensive enough.
Universal Studios in Orlando has announced that the Shrek 4D simulator show will close next year because it turns out nobody actually wanted to smell Shrek. In a new interview, singer Meghan Trainor said she and her husband have 2 toilets next to each other in their bathroom so they can spend more time together. And case you're wondering why there was no Stars They're Just Like Us section this week.
All right. The real knee slapper there. Also on the Tonight Show last night, Jimmy asked Madonna to clear up some myths and rumors about her. She admitted after turning down the role of Catwoman in Batman Returns, she also turned down the role in The Matrix. Here's Jimmy and Madonna.
These are myths and rumors about you, and it may or may not be true. Your first job was at Dunkin' Donuts, and you were fired.
Yeah. It was one of the first jobs I had working when I moved to Manhattan, and I did get fired because I was playing with the jelly squirter.
How about this? Vogue was originally only going to be a B-side because it wasn't considered strong enough to be released as a single.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, what?
There's a lot of unenlightened people in the world.
Yeah.
They can't see into the future.
Did you write Jimmy Jimmy thinking of me?
Nope.
Okay. Here's a myth or a rumor. You turned down the role of Catwoman in the film Batman Returns, and the lead in Showgirls you turned down.
I regret that I turned down Catwoman. It was pretty fierce.
Oh, really?
Showgirls, no. But I also turned down the role in The Matrix. Can you believe that?
You did?
I want to kill myself.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously.
Madonna,
That's like one of the best movies ever.
Anything. You don't regret anything. Look at you.
A teeny tiny part of me regrets just that one moment in my life.
Oh, that was just exciting news there. You hear all the people doing their fake laughter when she says, yeah. The new James Bond movie finally comes out today. Some are not thrilled by the lackluster theme by Billie Eilish. Here are some of the rejected themes for No Time to Die.
It's no time to die.
Thank you.
No time left to die. No time left to die.
That's all.
This is what it sounds like when there's no time to die.
Thank you.
No time to die in your arms tonight.
You're done.
It's a no?
It's a no.
Okay.
So what is the theme? I don't think I've even heard the theme for it.
I don't know. It's by Billie Eilish.
I have no clue who that is either.
A singer. That's all I can tell you. There's a Gatorade shortage. You drink Gatorade ever?
I've had it, but I couldn't tell you the last time I had it. It's kind of bland, and when I found out it was just loaded with sugar as much as anything else, I didn't bother to drink it anymore.
Had a few electrolytes in it, so they call it a sports drink. So anyway, the stores are planning on raising the prices next year. Here's a special message on that.
There's a Gatorade shortage and prices are going up. Just a note to football players on the sidelines after a big game thinking about drenching your coach with a giant cooler filled with Gatorade. Why not hand them a suitcase full of cash instead? Same thing.
Well, they're already getting a suitcase full of cash to stand there on the sidelines. You don't need to give them any more cash.
Let's see. Well, let's see. There's headline news, and then there's not headline news. We have the latter for you.
This is not headline news. The new James Bond film, No Time to Die, opens today. It's 163 minutes long, so it'll also be known as No Time to Pee. Michael Keaton says his suit from Batman still fits. But don't ask Russell Crowe the same question about his gladiator tunic. The wife of Jacksonville Jaguars coach Urban Meyer quit Twitter. Unlike her husband, she was getting tired of the grind. And zebras escaped from an Illinois pumpkin farm and caused a traffic jam. It left several drivers in the backup wondering, how will that place keep up the ambiance of fall in the Midwest without their zebras? This is not headline news.
Dave Chappelle new Netflix special begins streaming on Tuesday. But in case you haven't seen the trailer, He released it. He released it, and it's a great surprising ending. It shows Dave driving a pickup truck down a country road, and Morgan Freeman narrates. Then you see he's riding shotgun.
This is Dave. He tells jokes for a living. Driving down these country roads is a lot like a meditation. He's deep in thought, back in the trance. 5 specials in as many years. How do you close a body of work that profound? I couldn't imagine the enormity of the pressure. And then he looks as if he's about to say something. What could he possibly have left to say?
Will you shut the up, Morgan Freeman?
Sorry. I was just...
It's all right.
Well, that was hilarious.
Well, I give him credit. He doesn't care. He picks on everybody, you know, and it's not funny if it's your ox being gored, but you know, he's got some stuff there. It's humorous.
Well, I like watching him because he just doesn't care. Some frogs don't like being touched. That's a given. This is one of them. Every time someone tries to pick it up, it lets out a horrific scream. Here's your case in point here. Well, let's torture a frog, shall we? Then there's this guy. Listen to this guy climb on top of a Taco Bell drive-thru menu board, even though the worker inside can see him, and repeatedly asked him to stop.
Hi, how are you?
I'm sorry, I gotta do this.
Oh, okay. I guess I can't physically stop you. Oh, no, hey, don't get on the sign.
I'm not.
I just said don't get on the
I'm not
sign.
on it. I'm not on it.
I can see you. I can see you.
Wait, I'm gonna zoom in. Hold up. Alright, you're good. Alright. I'm not on it.
Yes, you are.
I'm
Is
not
this
on
what
it.
y'all do in your spare time?
Hi, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that in my mind now. The boardroom meeting inside the truck before they went out. Tore up somebody else's stuff. Because that would be so funny. We'll skip all this. This is just, don't need it. Scientists may figured out why women always feel colder than men. We might have evolved that way to encourage us to spend more time apart. Before we were civilized, it wasn't always beneficial for male primates to stick around and help with the kids. The males would eat up all the food and be too aggressive. So even just hanging out in the shade while females preferred sunny spots may have been a benefit. Here's Dr. Erwin Levin from the School of Zoology and the Steinhardt Museum of Natural History in Tel Aviv to tell us about this.
This phenomenon is not unique to humans. Many species of mammals and birds, which we call endotherm, the females prefer warm places where the male prefer cooler temperature. The bottom line, if we go back to humans, these differences are not for us to fight on the remote control of the air conditioner. It's more to make a separation between the gender when we don't need each other. And this reduces the competition on resources and the aggression between the sexes.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Wake up, Ed.
I was doing my Ed imitation. Down on his luck, Michigan man was shown an act of kindness when police officers that pulled him over agreed to help him hook up his new TV. Here's the interaction between Dave, the officer coach, and then Chief Dale Wozowski singing the officer praises.
My wife's real sick, and my son's mentally ill.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I bought a television today because I want to make my wife happy, you know, and I can't get it hooked up.
Within an hour of the traffic stop, they ended up showing up at the resident's house and up hooking up his TV and his cable. That's not an officer's job of going and hooking up TVs, right? But he took it upon himself, an act of kindness, showing that, listen, we're people too, and we're trying to help out our citizens.
Okay, you know, nice guy, fine. You know, if the department doesn't mind him taking a few minutes to do that, good on him.
Hey, Dave, you got time to hook up my remote headphones to my TV? I got a pair, man. It'll take me all day Saturday to get it working. You think you'd just be able to plug them in, wouldn't you? And you get Bluetooth over. No, I got an 8-page instruction booklet of what I got to do. Stupid. An Atlanta JV softball pitcher is getting praise for playing for the other team during a game where their pitcher got sick and there was a threat that they might have to forfeit the game. Here's Lily Roberts and her coach, Kelly Abernathy, breaking down what happened.
They were struggling, and I knew that if I didn't step up, then the game probably would have had to end. They probably would have had a forfeit. I just thought, I was like, I would love to step up.
She just said, hey, I got it covered.
I did get a couple strikeouts, which, of course, that was what I was aiming for. Nothing less than that.
Okay. I wonder what they set the rules are to be. Because she's pitching on the mound for both teams.
I don't know.
Or is she just pitching, she's just one of several pitchers, and this one went over to the other team just to even things up a little bit. Probably the latter. John Bernenthal says Leonardo DiCaprio's totally improvised that "Sell Me This Pen" scene from The Wolf of Wall Street after hearing a real-life anecdote about a guy he was playing. Here's John talking about it on Hot Ones, followed by a clean version of the scene. John played Brad.
A lot of times people talk about that "sell me this pen" scene, and I use it as a really good example of the way that Marty kind of works. When Leo was walking the set that day, his security was a New York City detective, and he said that he had a job interview with the real Jordan Belfort. And he said, what was the interview? And he said he handed me a pen, said, "Sell me that pen." So Leo he didn't tell anybody, he just threw that into that scene, and then everything was sort of reactive off of that. It just made it that it was electric, and you never knew what was going to happen next. It changed the way I worked on everything.
Okay, I could sell anything. You could sell anything, sell that. Go ahead. Sell me that pen. Can I finish eating first? I need tonight. Brad, show him how it's done. Boom. Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on. That's my boy right there.
This pen. Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you name down that napkin for me?
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
Okay. I don't care about that one. Dolly Parton's first real kiss was in grade school. She was at a friend's party when they played the famous spin the bottle game. She ended up kissing one of the cute boys.
My first kiss, Lord have mercy, I think my first real kiss was in grade school. Some friend had a party at her house, and we played spin the bottle. And I got my first kiss from a boy there, a different boy than my first crush. But I was happy that it landed on one of the cute boys. I had a lot of boys in my life. I love boys. I still do.
All right. Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank apologized for making a fat joke about Whoopi Goldberg right to her face on The View. This is from Thursday's show.
They really are for everybody. They're great jeans.
Yeah. Well, I have to try them. Will they fit this COVID?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they will.
Just thought I would ask.
They fit this COVID.
Okay, if they fit two COVID butts, we'll be fine. Yeah, she's acting like she got some behind.
And when you get finished with those jeans and decide you don't like them, give them to me. I'm going to make 2 pairs.
All right.
Barbara.
Okay, so now we don't like you.
What's the
Let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
Sarah Haynes and Jill Biden wore that dress already on TV.
That's not true. I just came back from The View and saw my old friend Whoopi. As you well know, she has a phenomenal sense of humor, and I've known Whoopi for years. I made a joke at Whoopi's expense, which I now realize wasn't funny. For anyone who I may have offended unintentionally, I just want to say I really am very sorry.
What joke was offensive?
Well, she gave Whoopi a pair of those jeans that she was promoting there. And she said, if you don't like them, give them back. I'll make 2 pairs out of them.
Oh, all right. Well, what's wrong with that?
I don't see anything wrong with it. Things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Pfizer has asked for approval to vaccinate kids from 5 to 11, and approval could come as soon as a couple of weeks. Out of every original CSI cast member, only 4 have returned to CSI Vegas so far. The trial of a 100-year-old former guard at a Nazi concentration camp began yesterday in Germany.
A guard?
Yeah.
All right. Because I read recently in the last few years they put a guard on trial, but the last one I heard was some girl, 18-year-old girl who was a camp administrator, used to push the papers, etc. in the office. They were putting her on trial. She wasn't a guard.
This one was a guard. A man, 100 years old.
Oh, all right. So it's a man. Okay, so different. Well, you know.
That missing hiker found dead in Wyoming near the authorities, where authorities discovered the remains of Long Island native Gabby Petito, apparently died by suicide. Some of the Brian Laundrie neighbors in Florida are making a quick buck from the sensational Gabby Petito case by charging media outlets as much as $3,500 a week to camp out on their yards so they can watch his parents' house.
Well, why not?
This way they can leave their equipment there and set up, and they don't have to tear it down and put it back up every day.
If you can rip off one of the mainstream media outlets, why not? I'd do it.
Yeah, there you go. And do it tomorrow, too.
Oh, yeah, I'd do it as long as I could do it.
A woman in South Korea has been bombarded with text messages and phone calls after her phone number appeared briefly on screen in a Netflix show called Squid Game.
Oh, that's nice.
Have these nerds got anything better to do? Evidently not. Rachel Maddow has revealed that she had surgery for skin cancer. She says they got all of it. So that's why she didn't have a face last night. After a 5-year-old court battle, Gina Davis, divorced from her 4th husband, has been finally finalized. A fisherman in West Virginia landed a 64-pound catfish last week on the Ohio River. Now that's a big one.
I don't know. Just say,
pounds?
Was it a blue? What species? Brown?
Catfish.
Well, I know, but there's different types, different species of catfish, and some of them get quite large. 64 pounds, actually. I don't know. That's.
What gets me is these people that fill along the edge of a pond or a river or whatever and stick their hand in all these little crevices and then grab the catfish without hook or rod. Just grab it and snatch it out.
Yeah, here's a flathead, 165 pounds, 100 pounds. Those are all overseas, though. I don't know what this.
Closer to the radiation, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it could be. 143. Greenville, North Carolina, fishing trip. Yeah. Catfish get large. We used to down there at Back Bay, we had a couple of blue catfish pulled out of there, 30 plus pounds. They were some very large ones.
Well, you need to be pinching your pennies pretty quick here. They're saying that gas and heating prices are expected to jump 30% this winter. Thank you, Joe. You are so smart. With China saber-rattling lately in the direction of Taiwan, apparently we've sent troops to Taiwan and plan to keep them there for at least a year. I have no idea why it took so long, but Daniel Craig has his own star now on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's the 2,704th honoring celebrity.
Well, if you want a star on the Walk of Fame, all you got to do is pay for it.
Yeah.
They'll put one in there for you.
Yeah.
That's why it took so long. You didn't want to pay for it.
They don't just give those things out. And Justin Bieber fans are confused why 75-year-old Diane Keaton is playing his love interest in Bieber's latest video. Oh, the jealousy has set in. And today's impossible question, 35% of people say they have never used this in their car. What is it?
Never
and
used it.
This comes with the car.
Comes with the car. The coin holder.
Coin holder. It's the horn.
Never used it.
Good morning, everyone. We made it to a Friday, and the cloud cover is staying with us again this morning. Some patchy mist is also possible for your commute. Otherwise, it's a drier start to your day. Rain, though, is on the way. We'll see scattered showers and a few thunderstorms this afternoon and especially this evening. Highs today staying in the 70s. More rain is likely off and on overnight tonight. Showers still likely on Saturday and Saturday night. Drier on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With the help of 11 Republicans who voted to end a filibuster, the Senate has approved a short-term $480 billion hike in the debt ceiling. The extension, which has yet to win House approval, averts a threatened government default, at least for 2 months. Former President Trump among Republicans condemning the short-term extension, the result of a deal between Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. How did the job market fare last month? We'll find out in about half an hour when the government issues the September employment report. Economists expect it will show that employers grew their payrolls by 488,000 jobs last month, according to data provider FactSet. Tesla relocating its headquarters from California to Texas, moving the home office from Palo Alto to Austin. The announcement from Tesla chief Elon Musk.
Musk says, though, that the company will keep expanding its manufacturing capacity in the Golden State. Musk gave no timeline for the move late Thursday when he addressed the company's shareholders at Tesla's annual meeting.
Correspondent Keith Peters says Tesla planning to expand its factory in Fremont, California. The 2021 Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to 2 journalists, one from the Philippines, the other from Russia. The honor, which comes with a gold medal and $1 million, goes to
Maria Ressa and Dmitry Muratov for their efforts to safeguard freedom of expression, which is a precondition for democracy and lasting peace.
The chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee making the announcement this morning in Oslo. Watching Wall Street, stock futures in positive territory so far this morning. Right now, Dow futures up 26 points, NASDAQ futures ahead 21, and S&P futures 5 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and getting your to-do list done just got easier. Between back to school and with the holidays around the corner, it can feel like there's no time to tackle home projects. Whether you need help with emergency repairs or major upgrades, Angie matches you with top local pros who can get the job done right. Browse reviews, see upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Save time for what matters most. Book your next project at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Police in northwest Nigeria report the rescue of nearly 200 villagers kidnapped from their homes by criminal gangs, but authorities say at least 17 people died while they were being held in captivity.
The victims were made up of young men and women, as well as older people. Some are nursing mothers with their infants. They looked hungry, an indication of the harsh condition they had been through before they were rescued. Police spokesman Mohammed Shehu said they were freed following a search and rescue operation by security forces at Shibiri Forest. He said that the victims had been handed over to state government officials for medical checks before they would be reunited with their families.
That's the BBC's Chris Iwaka. An energy crisis in India. Coal supplies perilously low. Supplies at most of the coal-fired powered plants in the country dwindling to just a few days' worth of stock. News and analysis at townhall.com. General Motors has big plans for the future.
GM plans to cash in as the world switches from combustion engines to battery power, promising to double its annual revenue by 2030. To get there, it plans an array of new electric vehicles, profitable gas-powered cars and trucks, and services such as an electronic driving system that can handle most tasks on the road. The company has also pledged to unseat Tesla and become the electric vehicle market share leader in the U.S., although no time frame was given. John Scott reporting.
Ireland will join an international agreement establishing a minimum corporate tax, 15% worldwide, ditching a low-tax policy. It's led companies like Google and Facebook to base European operations in the country. The Irish government initially refused to join the agreement. A 12.5% corporate tax rate's been a cornerstone of Ireland's economic policy since 2003. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hi, this is Rodney Swarms with Plumbing Night. We know that plumbing emergencies can happen at any time. In fact, they seem to happen at the most inconvenient times. And then inviting an unknown plumber into your home, that can add to the stress of the situation. The Plumbing Night wants to alleviate any stress about inviting a technician into your home by guaranteeing that we have not only the very best plumbers, but also the most knowledgeable plumbers. Before any of our employees are hired, all of the employees must undergo drug testing and a thorough background check. If they don't pass, they aren't hired. No exceptions. Once they're hired and part of the team, they receive continuous technical and customer training to ensure that they are the very best at their trade. This training is week after week, month after month, year after year. This training is what got us into community college to teach the plumbing trade. So the next time you have an emergency, call the Plumbing Night. They're known for extraordinary service and integrity.
Call the Plumbing Night at 639-5555, day or night, or on the web at theplumbingnight.com.
When you're ready for your next painting project, there's only one place to go for high-quality products. JB Short Carpet 1 in Southern Pines carries premium Benjamin Moore paints for any type of project. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so color will last for years to come. And when you shop JB Short Carpet 1 in Southern Pines, you're not just improving your home, you're supporting a local business too. Benjamin Moore, for everything that matters. JB Short Carpet 1, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Bass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
Fast, fresh, and always great tasting, the Daily Combo Special from Honey Baked Ham for only $7.99. A terrific and tasty lunch sandwich from Honey Baked Ham, accompanied by a side and drink for only $7.99. Make it a Honey Baked Ham Day with their $7.99 combo.
This is Bob Bonville at Griswold Home Care Pinehurst, and this is Linda.
It's so frustrating not to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody that can say, yes, we can help you. It's great to have Griswold Home Care to help you with the things you need. I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, I need help. And Griswold Home Care says, okay, what can I do for you?
Call me, Bob Bonville, at Griswold Home Care Pinehurst, 910-420-2360. That's 420-2360. We've been keeping the heart at home since 1982.
War Dogs Army Surplus is Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus. They buy, sell, and trade Army surplus, and they'll match any legitimate offer from competitors with a price match guarantee. They'll match and beat any competitor's price by 10%. With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, or call 910-920-7749. That's 910-920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less. This is the perfect time of the year to bust out all your Echo tools and equipment from Beaver Equipment. Thanks to all the storms, my new Echo chainsaw from Beaver Equipment has been getting a good workout. Beaver Equipment is the place to go for rough and rugged Echo equipment for real men. They offer 5-year warranties and are locally owned and operated. So men, get out there and enjoy your Echo Power equipment from Beaver Equipment, Highway 211 in Aberdeen, 910-944-0402.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. Governor Roy Cooper says child care centers across the state will be able to get their hands on millions of federal dollars as soon as next month. Cooper announced that $805 million in stimulus money will be used for child care stabilization grants.
We also know that a lot of our child care providers struggle to have health care coverage.
Republican legislative leaders will soon draw up another budget offer for Governor Roy Cooper after he presented a counter-proposal this week. House Speaker Tim Moore confirmed on Thursday that Cooper sent a counter-offer to him and Senate Leader Phil Berger early this week. President Biden is leaning on businesses to help the country finish the job and push past the pandemic. Brown University's Dean of Public Health, Dr. Ashish Jha.
The end is not necessarily near. It'll get near much faster if more people get vaccinated. But I think the worst is behind us. We still have some rocky days ahead.
Today is the 5-year anniversary of Hurricane Matthew dumping heavy rain and causing significant damage in eastern North Carolina. State climatologist Corey Davis told NCN News.
Significant rainfall across parts of eastern North Carolina. And again, the flooding impacts that it had were tremendous. But just the fact that the track and intensity of Matthew don't tell the full story of its impacts.
Journalist Maria Resu is the joint winner of the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. Shortly after the announcement, Resu reacted to a call from an interviewer and said she was in shock.
And it's really emotional.
A Russian journalist also won. The Craven County Sheriff's Office is now partnering with a community member to raise money for Deputy Zachary Bellingham's recovery. Craven County Sheriff's Patrol Captain Robert Hardison.
You know, it's a possibility. When it happens, it just it puts everything in perspective.
You're listening to NCN News.
The word is out about the first-class amenities of the Beaufort Hotel. Beaufort resident and owner Bucky Oliver is here to let you in on the secret.
It kind of comes down to who you are and what you do. People come out and they just absolutely tell us, those are the nicest rooms I've ever seen. And lace and chandelier in a bathroom, little things like that. And I really got a good night's sleep last night. That's the test.
Find out more about this gem of the Crystal Coast at BeaufortHotelNC.com.
The Roval is not your average racetrack, and this is not your average race. This is a hair-raising, gut-wrenching, twisting and turning, bumping and banging playoff race. This is hundreds of miles of wild racing through thousands of turns. This is a race to the checkered flag and a race to advance to the next round.
Truex gets hit by Johnson.
Will your driver make it? Be there to find out. The Bank of America Roval 400, Sunday, October 10th. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com.
With the flu season officially underway, some North Carolina pharmacies are busy administering a number of vaccines, including COVID shots and boosters. Pharmacists at Prevo Drug in Asheboro say demand for flu vaccines is up, and approximately 300 to 400 people already vaccinated so far this season there. Operations manager Shanna Leggett told WGHP.
We vaccinated more last year, I think because of COVID as well, and I think
this year we will probably see the same demand.
The CDC is recommending hold virtual celebrations and avoid large gatherings. Atrium Health infectious disease expert Dr. Katie Passaretti told WCNC in Charlotte.
My hope, belief is that it won't be as bad as it was.
Which would you rather have, a free upgrade to first class or family time?
First class or coach with the kids. 4 in 10 parents say they would leave their children in economy class if they got a premium upgrade. That's according to a survey of UK adults by MedicSpot. Age comes into play here. 12% of parents would wait until their child is 15 before making the switch. 9% felt comfortable shifting to premium with a 10-year-old on board. The average age for luxury class peace of mind, 13 and a half.
A gangster's paradise brings big bucks to Miami.
Al Capone's former mansion in Miami has sold for $15.5 million. The mob boss bought the waterfront home for just $40,000 in 1928. Nearly 2 decades later, he died there from a heart attack. The 7-bedroom mansion was fully renovated a few years ago, but developers plan to tear it down to build a more modern project. Preservationists in Miami Beach shot that idea down last month. Members of the community said they didn't want to lose that piece of history. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. The cloud cover is staying with us this afternoon, and rain showers are on the way. We'll see scattered showers and a few thunderstorms later on this afternoon, and especially this evening. Highs today staying in the 70s. Showers are likely this evening and overnight tonight, becoming widespread at times. Temperatures starting Saturday in the 60s. Showers are still likely Saturday afternoon and evening. More rain continues Saturday night, drier on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we have cloudy skies, 68 degrees, humidity 95%, dew point 66, pressure 2989, and winds northeast at 2, gusting to 6. It's 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. The town of Pine Bluff had a special meeting on Wednesday to deal with several issues with its fire department. Pine Bluff has been searching for a new fire chief since Fire Chief John McIver passed away in May. After a long search, Jonathan Richardson was elected as the new fire chief. Richardson currently works for the Spring Lake Fire Department and will be starting his new duty shortly. Richardson contract calls for him to be paid $60,000 yearly. The town board also hired 5 part-time firefighters. Sand Hills Student Assistance, better known as the SSA, has packaged and started to deliver 100 hygiene kits to Moore County School social workers for children that may not be able to acquire the needed toiletries outside the school. SSA recruited the help of Pinecrest High School seniors to determine what kind of products would be appropriate for each kit based on gender and ethnic preferences. Based on their input, SSA ordered the materials, and their students completed the assembly of the 100 hygiene kits. Each kit included dental supplies as well as soap, shampoo, conditioner, shaving cream, lotion, a razor, and a comb. SSA was founded in 2016 to address the urgent problems of Moore County children who arrive at school hungry, without adequate clothing, and having an immediate need. For more information or to support SSA's cause, you're asked to visit their website at sandhillsssa.org. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. Checking the high school sports scoreboard, Pinecrest played last night, 5-2. They're 5-2 on the season, 2-1 on the conference. They defeated Lee County, who's 5-2 and 2-1, at home last night, 34-14. Pinecrest will take on Scotland next Friday at Laurinburg. Tonight, undefeated Northmore, who are 6-0 on the season, 2-0 in the conference, plays at East Hill High School in Chapel Hill at 7:30. And the 1-6, 0-3 Vikings of Union Pines lost to 61-3-0 Richmond Raiders this past Wednesday night, 69-6. The Vikings play again against Hoke County next Friday night. That's your latest in sports From the high school scoreboard, here comes all the rest of your sports right now here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:18.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The Houston Astros opened their AL Division Series over the Chicago White Sox with a 6-1 win. Yordan Alvarez hit an RBI double and a solo homer for the AL West champions. And the other ALDS from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Fly ball right field. Margot over the foul line and a shutout win in Game 1 for Tampa Bay.
The call on Fox as the Rays blanked the Red Sox 5-0 in Game 1 of their ALDS. There are 4 games on today's slate. Astros White Sox and Rays Red Sox will go in Game 2, while the NL Division Series get underway with Braves Brewers and Dodgers Giants. The NFL kicked off Week 5 of the 2021 schedule last night with the Rams visiting Seattle on Thursday Night Football. Matthew Stafford threw for 365 yards and 1 touchdown as L.A. shook off Sunday's loss to Arizona with a 26-17 win over the Seahawks. Robert Woods grabbed 12 of Stafford's passes for 150 yards.
Nobody was fazed by the loss last week. Obviously, it was a tough one, but being able to come back against our division opponent like this against Seattle, get a win on a short week, it's a long season. And it's just one win for us.
Russell Wilson left the game in the third quarter with a sprained finger. In World Cup qualifier action Thursday, Ricardo Pepi provided all the offense for the U.S. with 2 second-half goals in a 2-0 win over Jamaica.
I love you, Pepsi. Peppy.
Number 15, Coastal Carolina extending their winning streak to 11 games last night in the 52-20 dismantling of Arkansas State. Grayson McCall had a pretty good night. On his first drop back, the Chanticleers QB threw a school record 99-yard touchdown pass. He finished the night 18 of 23 for a career-high 365 yards and 4 touchdowns. All of those hauled in by senior tight end Isaiah Likely, which set a single-game program record, and his 232 yards receiving, second best in Chanticleers history. This is NCN Sports.
Countless small businesses closed their doors due to COVID-19, and many are still struggling, even as we emerge from the pandemic. At the NC Rural Center, we believe that our state's economic future depends on the vibrancy of small businesses from Murphy to Manio and everywhere in between. That's why we've assembled a group of small business owners and state and local leaders across the state to form the North Carolina Small Business Coalition. Learn more about the coalition and how to join at ncruralcenter.org. NC Rural Center, building vibrant rural communities.
North Carolina retailers are the backbone of the local economy, and now you hold the power to help them rebound faster by spending your dollars in North Carolina. Our retailers' first priority is the health and safety of their employees and customers. So please be patient with retail employees, especially if they ask you to wear a mask. In most cases, they are required by law. The NC Retail Merchants Association proudly represents these dedicated retailers and encourages you to shop smart and shop NC. Learn more at ncrma.org.
Several former NBA players have been charged with defrauding the league's health and welfare benefit plan out of about $4 million.
I'm Peter King. 19 people have been charged in all. A former first-round draft pick, allegedly the ringleader.
Terrence Williams was the scheme's linchpin.
Audrey Strauss is the U.S. Attorney for New York's Southern District.
He provided the other former players with false invoices that they never received.
The indicted ex-players include members of 4 NBA championship teams: Tony Allen, Glenn Davis, Shannon Brown, and Melvin Eli. By late morning, 16 of the defendants had been taken into custody.
Stephon Gilmore says he's excited to join the Carolina Panthers. Gilmore is not available for this weekend's game, but he will be eligible to play in Week 7 when the Panthers go against the Giants. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Hey, folks. Celeste here from Whispering Woods Golf Club. Come on out and see what all the buzz is about here at Whispering Woods Golf Club. We have some great rates going on until the end of November, so don't miss out on your opportunity to play Ellis Maple's one-of-a-kind gem here in the Sandhills. We are also offering our lifetime memberships. Come see me to see what we can do for you. Live the dream. Play affordable golf. We are also offering to our active and retired military memberships until the end of the year. $225 a month, unlimited, all-inclusive golf, or $800 if paid in full. So come on down to Whispering Woods Golf Club, located at 26 Sandpiper Drive, Whispering Pines, or give us a call at 910-949-4653. And don't forget, book it, Dano.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
The chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. Introducing Zaxby's new signature chicken sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top potato bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's. Friends, family, and the best chicken sandwich ever. Pine Lawn Memorial Park in Southern Pines is proud to announce our new Fountain of Faith Columbaria. This new final resting place marble installation features a righteous eagle in flight, accompanied by a peaceful and calming water fountain. With our communities and families in mind, Pine Lawn Memorial Park is offering exclusive savings opportunities of over $1,000 to those who reserve their space in this elegant feature in Moore County's only perpetual care cemetery. Space is limited, so call today to schedule a tour and learn how you can save over $1,000 on customizable granite niche options or how to transfer your existing plans. Call 910-692-6801 or visit pinelawnmemorial.com. Don't miss out on this exclusive and limited time savings opportunity. Call 910-692-6801 or go online today and see why more families prefer Pines.
This is Dr. Terry Ann Sams from Sandhills Weekend Dental. Here we grow again. I am excited to introduce Miss Nancy, our newest team member.
Hello, my name is Nancy. I will be assisting Dr. Sams in your care. I look forward to seeing you.
Call Sandhills Weekend Dental today at 910-687-4423.
Eat, kiss, and smile better.
Over the past several years, WEEB has been telling you about Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services. During that time, Sherry and Howard Hoke have experienced a large increase in their business because of their beautiful paved driveways and much more. Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services offers patching, excavation, and drainage issue solutions, crack filling, seal coating, and striping for both residential and commercial. And now they have added concrete, pouring sidewalks, driveways, curbs, and gutters, pads, as well as pavers. Estimates are free, and they will come to your property to assess your needs. No job is too big or too small. Go online to slcontractingllc.com or the Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services Facebook page showing photos and customer reviews. So, call 910-673-1318. Active duty military will receive a 10% discount. 910-673-1318.
You look out the window. It's dark. You lock the doors. Maybe you set an alarm. You take every precaution. Do whatever it takes to keep your home safe. But it's not. In fact, termites may be destroying your home right now. You may not see them. You may not hear them. But by the time you see the damage termites cause, it may be too late. So don't wait, because now there is something new. Introducing Termidor, the unique treatment that wipes out 100% of the termites in your home in 3 months or less. They'll never see it coming. But you can't get it from any store. So ask for Termidor by name from your pest control company. Because if you're not asking for Termidor, you're asking for trouble.
Termidor is available at Aberdeen Exterminating. Call 944-2474. For service, that's 944-2474.
This time of year, it's hard to know whether to put on a coat or short sleeves, not to mention whether to use the heat or AC. But one thing that is predictable is you absolutely need to service your heating and air system to avoid costly repairs or replacements down the road. Call Four Seasons Heating and Air to schedule your service checkup before the winter gets here and it becomes an emergency. Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. Call 235-0606. That's 235-0606.
Moore County military veterans, listen up. We are losing our country for which you sacrificed so much. Our country is under attack by elites and the government class. These domestic enemies of our Constitution are destroying our country from within. You swore an oath to defend our Constitution against enemies, both foreign and domestic. That doesn't end with separation or retirement from the military. Honor your oath. Defend our Constitution using your First Amendment rights. Start by registering to vote. Then vote in village and town council elections happening now in Moore County. Vote early, 14 to 30 October or on Election Day, 2 November. To register to vote and learn more, visit the Moore County GOP headquarters on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Call 910-912-4290 for details. You can also visit Moore County GOP on Facebook or our website, mcrmc.club. We the people need you. Your country still needs you. Get back in the fight and vote.
Paid for by the Moore County Republican Party.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I don't think this is going to be very popular today. I want to talk about extinct animals and tell you that for the most part, I don't care. In fact, and I know this is not going to go over very well, I'm glad some of them are extinct. I can't help it. Am I supposed to act like I'm happy that there are no longer dinosaurs walking around? A T-Rex that could crash through my house and eat me? And you don't have to believe me that they could do just that. Just watch Jurassic Park, and if that's not proof, I don't know what is. And what about all these worms and things that are extinct? The fake environmentalists are stopping progress because some snail or some worm or some flea lives on the land where someone wants to build. You can't tell me that you or anyone else cares about a flea, and that's where these people lose their credibility. See, I always put humans first. People. I have dogs. I love them so much it surprises me sometimes. So please don't accuse me of not caring about animals or nature. I have to admit there is one species I would love to see become extinct, and and I'm going to use the scientific name, the PNGB, better known as the pencil neck geek bureaucrat. Don't you agree the world would be so much better if we could convert this species? But alas, and I never say alas, I don't think we ever will. But I tell you this, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend from the Zumwalt Zone.
Good morning, everyone. We made it to a Friday, and the cloud cover is staying with us again this morning. Some patchy mist is also possible for your commute. Otherwise, it's a drier start to your day. Rain, though, is on the way. We'll see scattered showers and a few thunderstorms this afternoon and especially this evening. Highs today staying in the 70s. More rain is likely off and on overnight tonight. Showers still likely on Saturday and Saturday night. Drier on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Zach Moloch in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Welcome back to the show that we're doing right now.
What's today?
It's October 8th.
They made something very special for us this weekend.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
It's Friday, time for Fluffer Nutter.
I need my Fluffer Nutter.
It's delicious, y'all.
Yes, it is actually.
Happy Fluffer Nutter Friday.
Okay, it's showtime.
Side.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Time for the truth and freedom you find here only at WEEB in the Moore County listening area, or reading area specifically. It's Friday, so John Zumwalt's here. We have Maureen Kruger. She's also going to sit in, so stand by. Get your apple fritters and coffee going.
Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. Also, you can get to us through YouTube. Put that up and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. You can get our audio stream by itself, several places, anywhere, using the streaming apps such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Stream'em, and Winamp. All of them work. Or you can get it from our website. Upper right-hand corner of every web page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills be mostly cloudy throughout the day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will start this afternoon around 5-ish, 4 to 5, somewhere in there. Look for a high today of 75. Then tonight, mostly cloudy. More showers on tap for your fun. Look for a low of 66. Saturday, you guessed it, 60% chance of the wet stuff. High of 72. But Sunday, all the wet is gone for the next 5 days after that. Sunny Sunday. With a high of 77. Monday, partly cloudy, 80. Same for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with highs in the 82 to 83 degrees each day. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are east to 2. Pressure 29 to 89. Solar radiation 30 watts per square meter. Dew point 66. Humidity 95%. It is cloudy and 68 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is Friday morning. Time for our Friday Roundtable. And joining us this hour is Maureen Kruger and John Zumwalt. Good morning, everybody. John, I've seen you over there writing the last 30 minutes, so I assume you have some words of wisdom or knowledge you want to share with us.
Well, I have no words of wisdom, but I do have a story. I think it's a pretty good story. That's a upbeat story. Maybe we can start with. I was reading about a cop in Michigan, and I guess they haven't defunded them enough, so that at least they still have one cop left. And he pulled over an old fellow, older than me. The guy was 74. And the guy was not driving very well. It doesn't say what he was doing. I don't know if he was speeding and crossing the line. When he pulled him over, he could tell the guy was clearly distraught. And he asked him how things were going, and the old fellow said, "Not so well. I bought a television for my wife. My wife is dying of cancer, and I've got a son that's mentally challenged, and I'm having a real hard time, and I cannot hook that TV up, and I'm not going to be able to get it hooked up, and I'm having all kind of problems." So the cop wrote him a warning. He said, "I'll be over at your house in a couple hours." He went over his house. Now, normally you'd expect to hear, and he found the wife dead, the guy had killed her, but it's not like that. He went over to the house. He took 2 more cops with him. They hooked the TV up for the guy, and all was well. And I love these kind of stories because they happen. You don't hear about them, but they happen much more than they don't happen. And it's just always good to read something positive somewhere about the cops and the great work they do.
Yeah, that's very common. I just did some short time there doing some law enforcement, and I saw some of my fellows doing some nice things and helping people out, and did a couple of things, and those are never the things that get reported back up to your chief or whoever. But if you look at somebody sideways or maybe mutter something under your breath, yeah, that stuff gets reported. Made up stuff gets reported all the time. But you help somebody out, get them out of a ditch, and a few other things I can think of. Yeah, no, never hear anything past thank you and a drive off. Very rarely.
Well, I've got something just exactly on the other side now, and it illustrates. This has nothing to do with. Well, it has to do a little bit with police. It has to do with They're a little bit sharper than these morons that commit crimes think they are. And remember that word moron and see if it applies to this guy, because we all know how this works. We say moron on the radio and people are writing in and going, you should not call people morons. You're too judgmental. Well, just see if this works or not for this guy. The guy had been on probation and he had to wear an ankle monitor. Okay. And then one day this guy's wife disappeared. And he didn't know anything about it. He said he hadn't seen her. She just left. Well, the ankle monitor has a GPS. This is not a funny story, but I can't help but laugh at this guy, because keep the word moron in mind. And they tracked his GPS, and the guy had savagely murdered his wife with an axe handle. And there she was. Now, they found this guy because he was wearing a tracking device, and he murdered her and he left her there. And he said he didn't know anything about her. Does moron apply in this case?
Definitely. And I think the GPS, the tracking devices and the electronic monitoring, they really only help on people who are willing to be helped. It's like your locks on the front door. I can't tell you the number of people right here have been on probation in Moore County.
You mean right here?
Right here? Not right here in this room, but I've known of people. I remember a girl got charged with drugs, and she was on probation. She had the electronic monitoring on, and we're like, well, how did you go out and buy drugs? And she's like, people will deliver drugs to you. And I thought, what, like DoorDash? I mean, I didn't know that was happening, but apparently they will, they're entrepreneurs and they will deliver it right to your door.
It's called Drug Dash.
Yeah.
Okay, now, all right, I get it. Look, my generation, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. But my generation pioneered drugs in America. I'm ashamed to say that, but my generation did. But I wouldn't have a clue how to call someone and say, yes, is this the wanted in 6 states drug dealer that I wonder if you'd mind making a delivery. Do you deliver out here where I live? Well, I don't even know how you do that.
I guess you got to know who to know in those circumstances.
I want to say a word to our school board.
Wake up, Ed.
Yeah, thank you.
Sit up. We're talking about you.
I'm sorry for laughing at that, because it's the colonel this time, and no, it's not his fault, Sleepy Ed, and I've decided I'm going to quit. Wake up, Ed. Sorry, I couldn't. I know that the school board listens. They're huge fans, and we always appreciate it when they listen, and hello, Libby and Ed and Sleepy Ed and company. But I'm going to call on you for something. You've done a lot to shut down parents that want to speak at school boards. You've moved the venues to tighter places. You've tightened up law enforcement. You've added more law enforcement. You've given them instructions to not allow people to applaud, and if they did applaud, you've given them instructions to remove the people, even though applauding is the form that people in the audience can use to communicate with you. And one speaker speaks and people applaud, then that lets you know how the other people feel. And that's, of course, why, without a shadow of a doubt, you don't want applause. I imagine if someone said to you, Libby, you look wonderful today, and people applauded, you'd be fine with that. But you don't. You don't want to let that happen. So you guys have gotten your little, all your little groups together, and all your little left-wing communist, socialist groups together, and you have had the Attorney General, and Maureen, I want to ask you about this in a minute, but why he did this. But first, let's just say, and he's declared that these parents groups are terrorist threats, domestic terrorists. They did not mince their words. I was so surprised, and has called upon the FBI to investigate any group that a school board would turn their names over to them. That means, for example, if I don't know if they have, if Libby Carter were to call and say, hey, John Zumwalt has come to our school board meetings, and I would like you to look into him. I think he might be a terrorist. Well, that they would do that. They would come and look at me. Now, we've been very clear on here. We've always said from the very start, every parents group that I know and I'm familiar with has said, we will be legal, we will be calm, we'll be cool, obey all laws, obey the Constitution, obey the wishes of the police, pick up our trash. We have made that very clear. Now, here's what I would like you to do, Libby, because I know you're listening. And Ed, have you managed to stay awake? Wake up. I want you to publicly publicly at your next school board meeting denounce the Attorney General for making such a horrendous ruling. I want you to declare that you have not had to deal with domestic terrorism. You have not had to deal with threats. You know that the parents groups in this county love their children, and that's why they're there. And I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say it, and I'm calling on you to do it. And I hope every parent that sees you will say, "Hey, when are you going to declare this?" Maureen, why were we declared? Briefly, why were we declared domestic terrorists?
Well, without sounding like the people who have aluminum foil hats and things like that in their houses, I think we've come to an age of the conspiracy theories of dark money are really rearing its ugly head into the common parlance that we know that there's some truth behind this, that the United States Attorney General is not in favor of parents complaining about the Panorama critical race, social emotional learning, survey, data mining sites, and is objecting to parents who object to this. And lo and behold, his son-in-law is the founder of this very company which parents are objecting to, and as a result being labeled domestic terrorist. Okay, now I think maybe sometimes when I'm listening to the radio, I'll take a sip of coffee and something will fly over my head. I'll go, what? So Panorama, which is what the parents, and there's really no time to go into what that is exactly, but the son-in-law of the Attorney General founded that billion-dollar company.
Merritt Garland's daughter is married to this guy, and she's also involved in it.
And this is something that parents, particularly in Moore County, have been complaining about and running the alerts on for almost 2 years. And we've had board meeting after board meeting where parents said, we don't want you to use this for various reasons. And despite being alerted to all the problems and the nefarious issues with it, the Legacy School Board went ahead and signed a contract to continue to give our children's data, their personal data, to a third party where we have no control over it.
And the thing is that parents here, mothers primarily, dug this information up, and they have been talking about this for 2 years, long before I even realized what they were even talking about. And I can't say enough about the power of these mothers and fathers who dig this stuff up. And it turns out the whole time they were talking about it, the school board was denying it. And then the 3 new guys came on board, and they were talking about it, and the Legacy board, no, that's not true. We cannot allow Panorama to pass. So that's why we are encouraging every single parent, every single concerned citizen, everyone in this county. There's so much wrong here, but we'd like to encourage you to go to the school board meeting Tuesday, October 12th. That's pretty soon. Sign up to speak. The open session starts at 6:30. You can sign up to speak at 5:45. Be forewarned. If you carry a pocket knife, don't have it in your pocket, because the Chief Fry SWAT team, and I shouldn't have even said that. Chief Fry is not acted like I would like to see a chief act. His officers are doing their job. I'm so sorry that they're put in the position they're put in, but do not carry a knife or anything like that. And be respectful. Talk to the commissioners. Caldwell said she doesn't care who funded this thing. It's very important who funded it. We know where the money's coming from. I don't want to spend too much time, because we've spent so much time talking about this, and I for sure am not the expert on this by any means. So
I just think when we talk about funding, I believe that we signed a $180,000 contract to give this data to Panorama so that it can be used for whatever they want to use it for. We don't own it, and we are in dire straits with needing bus drivers, needing substitute teachers, needing instructional support. Teachers need help. Our kids need help with reading, and instead of focusing our money on those things which are going to help the kids read, help them learn, we're giving that money to a third-party vendor who, if you complain about it, the U.S. Attorney General is going to call you a domestic terrorist.
Now, I would like to remind folks that our 3 new school board members, the conservatives, the true conservatives, I don't care what you call yourself, your actions are what defines you as what you are, as to what you are. Our conservative school board members, Levy, Holmes, and Hensley, voted to reject Panorama. And it's worth noting also that when David Hensley, school board member, was able to get Sleepy Ed's attention, Sleepy Ed said he wouldn't look at the evidence that David tried to show him, had in his hand. School board member David Hensley had in his hand, and Sleepy Ed said something like this. I don't care. I don't want to look at it. But in his defense, Sleepy Ed, he'd only been awake for like a second. He may not have realized what was going on. So that's but be at the school board meeting, please. It's such an important thing. And I might add, it's such an important thing. But in my mind, this is just me. It's not the parents. It's secondary to the reading and the writing and the math that these kids are not able to do to proficiency. They're like
the three things you go to school to learn, and that's the lowest priority amongst all these legacy school board conversations: reading, writing, arithmetic. That's it. Why are we so poorly represented in our statistics, etc., in those areas? And gee, the legacy school board member doesn't seem to want to talk about it.
Well, I think now this issue has been forced to light, and they're just now recognizing the learning losses from the pandemic and other deficiencies, and hopefully the work that's been done on this radio station by the parents groups, by the grassroots activists, is going to come to fruition and show that we need to make some improvements. Every kid deserves the best education that they possibly can get.
And folks, it's not, I just got a text, it's just so on point. It says it's not just about the data management, it's about the substance of the surveys, the inappropriate subject matter for the targeted age groups. And then this person said, he said, on another note, 3 members did not vote to ban critical race theory. And if you'll send me their names, I'll tell you who they were, because I can't remember for sure off the top of my head, but we'll let you know who they were. Why are we talking about our school board so much? Because the kids are the most important commodity that we have. There's nothing more important. There's nothing more precious to you. And when your child brings home a report card and tells you, I made a C or I made a B, and you're so proud of them, and as you should be, we all love our kids, and you help them with their homework, and it turns out that, okay, maybe they did get a B, but they cannot read to proficiency. If there are 100 people getting one of these report cards, then 50 of them can't read to proficiency, thereabouts, and it's pretty close. Now, let me say this. The school board is using the excuse that this was a COVID year. Okay, I'll give you that. It was a COVID year. Maureen has gone into the figures, and where'd she get these figures? She got them from the Department of Public Instruction and also from the Moore County School Board. You listen, Sleepy Ed and Libby, do you want to go back and look at those figures before the COVID and say, we stand on these to tell you what a great job? Let's do that. Let's pull those up. Let's pull those up for the year before COVID, the year before that. You do not rock in any of those years. I started to say what you did do, but I'm not going to say that. You should be ashamed. You should be embarrassed. If you're happy with 50%, 55, 60%, I don't know where you ever worked. I don't know if you ever coached a team, a football team. I never heard of a coach in my entire life that said, we're going to try and win 40% of our games, or I'd like you to catch 55%. Well, that might be okay on some teams, but the point is, we can't win 55% of our battles. We want 100% of our children to be able. We're not talking about quantum physics. We're talking about being able to read. And when your child graduates and you're so proud and they walk down that aisle and they cannot get in college unless they take remedial classes, well, you can just slam that right in, figuratively speaking, in Sleepy Ed Dennison's face and say, you were so proud. You talked to us about how great our kids did graduating. Shame on you, Sleepy Ed. You should resign today, and so should you, Libby Carter. Or at the very least, do a 180 and quit trying to cover up these things and join the parents who want nothing more than for their children who they love. And they shouldn't have to fight you to do that.
I think the one good thing about the pandemic is that it really has opened people's eyes to what goes on in local government, whereas the first people that were affected by the shutdown were parents whose kids were sent home from school, and all of a sudden they were trying to figure out what to do. And that was just the first layer. Their eyes were just completely open to what was or was not happening. But this is expanding. People are now really taking a harder look at every level of government. There are municipalities, there are counties, the state, and our people, when we send them into these offices and they promise to do something, and then you get excuse after excuse after excuse for why it's not happening, people are fed up with it. They're fed up with it because they know there's so many lies. When you've got a president or someone who sits in the chair of the president and says, we're going to have a $3.5 trillion spending bill, and it's not going to cost you a penny. Well, I don't care how bad you are at math. People know that's not true. The trust level in government is at an all-time low.
Hey, Maureen, listen, Jeff's over there laughing. I'm with him. Look.
Even the 50% that aren't up to snuff figured that one out.
Yeah, $3 trillion.
Sleepy Ed probably figured that one out.
And it will not cost you anything. No, Sleepy Ed woke up and said, oh, really? Let's go for that.
Get your face out of the bowl of oatmeal, Ed, and listen up.
Sleepy Ed, give me $500. It won't cost you a dime. I promise you. But, you know, that brings up the subject of the debt ceiling that we face I don't know how often we face it, but we keep this debt ceiling. You know what I say? And I'm about as conservative as you can possibly get. I say, the heck with that stupid debt ceiling. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it because I want you to call it what it is, just a joke. Just get rid of it because you know all you rhinos out there and you know all you liberal Democrats, every year, every time you talk about it, it's going to be the same thing. Well, we're going to temporarily raise it, but it never goes back down. It's a joke. It's a joke. If you told me, Colonel, that you're going to give me $100 a month, and that's my ceiling, and then every month I ask you to raise that, and every month you did, well, you're foolish. You're foolish to do that.
It's usually covered in a continuing resolution.
Yes, continue.
The way they do it.
Exactly.
And threats of shutdown. I've always wondered if you're not an essential employee, then why are you an employee? Because in private business, you would never have anybody on your payroll who was not essential to your operation. You can't afford it.
You know what? When I was in the military and Fort Bragg would make an announcement, it's a snow day, non-essential people do not need to report. You better believe I was there because I'm thinking, I'm getting in here one way or another. Where's Zumwalt? Well, apparently he's non-essential. We don't need him. So I want to remind you again, please, just seriously, put this on your calendar. Just go sit in a seat if you don't feel like you want to talk. Support the speakers who are going to sign up to speak. You can sign up at 5:45. The meeting's at 6:30. Thank the good Lord up above for these parents. I never want them to ever be going after me with research. They dig up things that these people try to hide, and they share it, and the school board denies it for 2 years. Hey, I want to ask you guys about something completely, totally, all the way off the change the subject. This guy Gabby, how do you say that last name? Petito?
Mm-hmm.
Petito? Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a guy.
That's the girl.
Oh, it's the girl? What's the guy's name?
His name is Brian Laundrie.
I thought y'all didn't know anything about this. Brian Laundrie, whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's my question. How can you have every law enforcement agency on the face of this earth and every wannabe Facebook, on, and I guess every person in America at least knows what this guy looks like, and they find his van abandoned, like a couple of days ago, and they find how can this guy just disappear, and there's not one person can find him. Can't.
Where did
see
they
him?
find his van? Is he out in the Great Smokies here, out in Tennessee?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's in the country anymore.
There's lots of speculation, but we do have social media's got lots of problems, but they did help find that girl. The other bloggers and YouTube bloggers, found her, and I think that's a wonderful thing and a wonderful use of that technology. Hey, let me put a plug in for something. We're talking about we're all about local elections and local government, and we've got municipal elections coming up in November. There's a primary in Southern Pines. Pinehurst has an election coming up, Whispering Pines. Some of the other municipalities, I think Foxfire has 12 candidates, which I think is wonderful.
Yeah.
But Monday night at the Village of Pinehurst Town Hall at 7 o'clock will be a candidates forum, because there's, I believe, 4 candidates vying for 2 jobs, and people don't know a lot about candidates, and it'd be an opportunity to come and meet them, hear what they have to say, and it's going to be moderated by one and only John Zumwalt.
Well, actually, there's 12 of us.
There's 12 Johns, 12 and
I'm the least.
So this is a free event. It's open to the public, and it's at the Village of Pinehurst Town Hall, Monday, October 11th at 7 p.m. And I think it's a good thing. We're also trying to put together a town hall forum for the Whispering Pines candidates. So if anyone's got any ideas or questions, let us know.
And by the way, the one in Pinehurst that has been set up by
the More Republican Women and the Moore County GOP.
Good. Okay.
1 minute.
1 minute? Well, see if I can get this in. If you cannot make it to the school board, watch it on YouTube. You're allowed to phone in and make comments. Just call up there and ask how you do that, and I think you'll be glad you did. I think everyone should. I don't want anyone to get sick of this and quit talking about it. We cannot let up, not for a second. We cannot give them not an inch. They don't give us an inch. They have no problem telling lies, outright lies, and ignoring facts. So we've got to keep the pressure up on the school board. Thank God for the mothers and fathers who care about their children, and all of you do. And
they got no problem trimming that part of the Constitution off they don't like.
Just whopping it right off, that First Amendment, Steve, just knocking it right off and trying to intimidate people and not talk. I'm going to say this real quick. I don't know if the music will cut me off. Last night, Biden was bragging about he had a friend that needed to go to the emergency room, couldn't get in. Biden, the president of the United States, called the hospital, got his buddy at the front of the line. So, and he's bragging about that. That's what we're dealing with. All right, hope everybody has a great weekend.
I guess the bed was filled with an immigrant.
Yeah.
Since there's so many in here. All right, so it goes for this Friday and this week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for a Monday. Until then, be sure to support the advertisers on WEEB because they're essential to our area. They help our economy grow, so we need you to help them grow. And when you go, be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come because that will help us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.